Okay, one of our exterior luminaries, the one that's hanging, not doing so good. One of our luminaries over there is not illuminating like I kind of expected. Our front door threshold gasket is torn or compromised. Right there. Woohoo! The doorbell button is not illuminated. Avon calling, and it's not very loud either. By the way, when I see a keyless deadbolt, this is a keyless deadbolt. This is a deadbolt. This is a latch. This is a keyless deadbolt. When I see a keyless deadbolt, that is an indication to me that this home might have been rental property. So, the receptacles I could get to, I got to. I didn't see anything weird going on there. This is the interior video, and also it's the interior plumb, which includes interior plumbing and appliances. I'm going to turn the fireplace on, as I did earlier. There you go. Romance. You saw that I turned the fireplace on. There's a reason why I jumped ahead to that. We're coming in because I like to go counterclockwise. This is our clothes. This is our laundry. Main water shutoff valve, GFCI protected, GFCI protected. The clothes dryer is not GFCI protected. Clothes dryers are beyond the scope of this inspection, but you can see the electric connections are loose. I got a better picture of it if you can't see it. The length is not labeled. The clothes dryer is not GFCI protected. It wasn't required 8 years ago, but it's a safety device, so it makes the report. The clothes dryer door, okay, it's going to act right. No, the clothes dryer door is difficult to close. It doesn't look like it closes real square either, so we've got that going on. Two-way switch. There we go. Coming along, all the windows have been operated, and that's why the blinds are up. Blinds are beyond the scope of this inspection. We have smoke alarms and carbon monoxide in all 3 of the bedrooms. Smoke and carbon monoxide combos outside of all 3 of the bedrooms. We do not have a smoke alarm in the main living area, nor do we have a smoke alarm in the downstairs office study. So we'd like to see that. And again, the windows operated fine. This is an example, just like the receptacle. Now we're going to talk about the windows towards the end. Now, well, I'll wait till I get in the big middle of it. This is the middle bedroom. I had heard, okay, that there was a water issue, a roof issue, some kind of a leak in this structure. And I didn't write down where. I wrote down that there was a noise in the primary bedroom entryway, unusual noise to investigate, and that one time there had been a leak and they were wondering. But I've got a little bit of separation in the crown molding right here. And I only have one infrared image today. And so this wall and the insulation right here is compromised or lacking. All right? When insulation gets wet, it's ruined. And if this is where the middle bedroom, if this is where the leak was, the insulation should be replaced right there. If it's not, then why is it lacking? If that's not where the leak was, then I can't knock, using an infrared camera, I can't knock the insulation in any other location. So if it doesn't happen to be, then, linen closet. Bathrooms, hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Everything's supposed to go down, goes down. Bye, Timmy. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. This plunger here, that's called a clue. That's called a clue. Then this lavatory is the only one, but it does not have a percolator, an overflow drain, and they're not required. They're not required, but I bring this to your attention because this is the guest bedroom or the children's bedrooms, and you know they may have the drain stopper up, washing the Barbie doll or the G.I. Joe or whatever, and forget about it, and it could overflow. But again, they're not required. Code does not require them. Boring. Well, that black hose is for the drain for the evaporator coil, the cooling system evaporator coil. A word from our sponsor. Okay. Bathroom fans work fine. Lights work fine. Coming along, I am not an engineer. Okay, I use some engineering equipment. I measure the floor height elevation differential. That's what I do. All right. To give me, I'm looking for signs of movement, and then that validates my observations. So, and you know, I do not calculate slope. All right, I'm not going for tolerances. I'm going for guidelines, and the guidelines I use, the two guidelines I use most often, is no more than 1 inch of floor height elevation differential within 25 feet, and no more than 2 inches of floor height elevation differential overall. And I'm not getting 1 inch difference neither within 20 feet, 25 feet, or overall. So I'm not getting much in the way of floor height elevation. That means that it's relatively level today. I'm not saying that it's stable, you know, but the home's been here for about 8 years. It's had some time to perform. The exterior walls look fine. I'm going to say, you know, you've got some trees that are too close to the structure, but that's that. Okay, I'm not required to do those measurements, by the way. I'm not required to do the infrared, by the way. And I'm not required to do moisture reading, you know, but I'm getting over here about 15% moisture. I've read on my cheap equipment. And over here I'm getting 22, 21. And the floor's delaminating. I've got elevated moisture over here. People argue about 15%. People argue about 8%. People argue about a lot when they start talking about moisture and moisture readings and those kinds of things. And most of them say, Bud, your equipment, but my equipment is relative. And I'm getting, 4% difference across the walkway. And it's delaminating. And it's 21%. And no matter what your equipment is, just about everybody agrees that 21% is elevated. It's elevated. We got elevated moisture in the flooring here. So something to think about. Now my client said that he was hearing noises in this area here, And I was hearing noises in here, and it sounded like the air conditioning system to me. Now, that being said, the condensing unit, the cooling system is right in here. The indoor air handler is right in here, the air return. The condensing unit is outside these windows here. And so why would the vibration come all the way over here? And I noticed it in the cooling side, and I kind of suspected that I would. Why would I hear it here? And I don't have an answer for that. Now this is a thermostat. It's a dumb animal. If you tell it to go to 300 degrees, the heater will just run and run and run, unless it has a cycle. If you tell it to go to 0 degrees, it'll just run and run and run until it's pacified. That's all it does, okay? It's just a dumb animal. If you come home and you're cold, if you put it on 80, it's not going to get warmer. It's not going to get comfortable any faster. Put it on the temperature that you want. By the time you're warm, it'll be too hot and you had too much heat put on here. Same thing with cooling. If you put it down to 30 degrees, it's not going to get any cooler any faster. Except that when you do finally get too cold, then you've paid for too much. Put it where you want it and let it sit there. Smooth and easy, just like driving a car. All right? Now, thermostats are not supposed to be mounted in bedrooms. It's a dumb animal. It's only going to do what you tell it to do. Got a lock right there. Nobody can come in. You can set this thermostat. It will run until it meets your expectations. and you're comfortable in this room. What's on the other side of this door? They could be burning up. They'll be texting you. We're freezing in here. That's why it's not supposed to be in the bedroom. I know you put it in the bedroom so that it doesn't, it's out of the way and people don't see it. You could put it here. Maybe you don't want to see it when you're walking them anyway. There was an aesthetic decision, or maybe the parents just wanted ultimate control of the thermostat. Whoever, the owner, right? This is the primary bedroom suite. Okay. Nice closet. Coming on along. Maybe I should turn all this on. And it's about time. New York. Good home inspection. You've reached good home inspection. How may I direct your call? This carpet is worn, it's matted, it's stained. Okay? That's a little beyond the scope of what a TREC, Texas Real Estate Commission home inspection is about. Is it working? Yeah, you got rug under your feet. Can you shampoo this, dye it, get a little more use out of it? Probably. But no, this is a rag. This is a rag. I'm sorry. It is what it is. The door seal looks pretty good. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Everything that goes down is supposed to go down. This lavatory basin, these have overflow drains. Perlator is the word. There you go. All right there. Okay, that's a dilution valve. Okay, some people call them tempering valves. Call it what you will. But that's there so that you can moderate it so hopefully people don't scald themselves. And you got a garden tub. All right. Now put some water in there. Is any water left? No, all the water's gone. The drain stopper. Okay. It doesn't drain fast, but I had it, it's been there like for an hour or so. Left a little bit of water on the bottom of it. Primary bathtub drain stopper leaks a little bit. Boring. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Is this the one? No. It's not the best hinge, but it's not the one. Okay. Fans work. Orientation's good. GFCIs work. I've been here. Windows work. Receptacle outlets work. I've been here. Now, you might be able to tell because it's getting dark outside. That's a clue. I might be sounding tired, but this is the part of the inspection where I like to tell my client, this is the last video of the day I'm making, and this is the part where I tell my client, thank you, dear client. Thank you for your business and your trust. Those things mean the world to my family and I. And if you think I did a good job for you, maybe a good Google review is something for a small businessman like myself would appreciate, will appreciate. So a good Google review, that'd be really nice. The reason why I turned this on when I got here, and the reason why I'm waiting, and I'm going to turn it off before I leave, is this turned itself off earlier. And I didn't turn it off. And maybe it turned itself off because it has a thermostat and it gets too hot. Maybe it's got some kind of a timer in it. I have no idea. And I'm trying to repeat the phenomena. This fireplace does not have a hearth extension. Now, the manufacturer's installation instructions supersedes code. Code says you should have a hearth extension coming out here in front of your doorway and all that. But just know, it would be nice if there was a different pattern in front of it or something so people wouldn't know to get so close. You shouldn't be closer than 36 inches to this thing. Hearth extension, you expect a hearth extension about 24 inches. You're standing back away from your toes from that. It gets, and it's putting out some heat. It is. This is our patio. Our patio door. Threshold gasket's fine here. This is our keyless deadbolt, remember? This is called a striker plate. We've got a striker plate here and a striker plate here. We're missing our striker plate. And you hear that clicking sound? Hear the airplane? What's happening is the fan is rotating around. It's hitting a wire nut inside of there, and it's clicking on the wire nut. It's a little too tight in there. They need to move some wires around. Clicking fan. We'll just close this up here a little bit. Still got the roaring fire. Windows are working, receptacle outlets are working. Access points. Everything's really out of balance. It's just a really clean little home. Really clean little home. Really. Things kind of working the way it's supposed to. It was until I got here. Again, double pane vinyl frame. Okay, I did broil, I did bake. Alright, I don't do self-cleaning. I do not see a convection feature. It might have a convection feature in it. I turned that on just so we could see the heatness. It looks like somebody's been cleaning on this thing. Okay, the gas company says that this is dangerous. These caps are all messed up. They turned it off. If the gas company turned it off, I'm not turning it back on. I did put the cap in. I did put one of these in here so I could at least listen. Okay, so if the magneto's working, you need your gas to come on. It probably work. I've got the model number. You might want to see if these replacements are available. You might have to get like a universal, and it might look kind of horsey. So just something to tell you, your vent fan filter is dirty, and that's the model number, and it works. We've been playing with it. Light works. It sucks in a good way. Okay, metallic tape is fine. When this home was refrigerators beyond the scope of this inspection, but we're making ice. Alright. When you take possession, you want to clean the filter. You want a new clean filter in there. You want to change the filter. If you got another filter, change that one too. You want to get the coils clean. This is a piece of mechanical equipment. You're about to take it on a trip to California. You're about to drive it across the country. So you want to change the oil. You want to make sure that it's up and running right for you. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. So when this home was a baby in the builder's belly, okay, they didn't have a backsplash reveal party. So the electricians didn't know. And so then they put these backsplashes out here because all these boxes were installed so they come out from the drywall just enough so that it all fits flush and it all looks nice. And what do? They put this backsplash in here. It looks really good, but now we got this big old hairy gap right there, and that compromises the fire blocking. You can get spark suppression rings. They're called extenders. Tradespeople call them goof rings because that's about what they think of them. But anyway, they cost about $3 a piece for like 12 bucks. They're going to charge you more than that. They're going to charge you sales tax. That's how they get you. But like for 20 bucks, they could have done it right. For 20 bucks, they could have done it right. But did they do it right? No, they did not do it right. Okay, the dishwasher's giving us a good run for our money. Okay, our foul line looks pretty good. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Things go down. I'll just leave that there. Alright, this door hinge is messed up. Let's get some light on the subject. We can do that. We still rolling? Man, I'm surprised. Alright, this hose is supposed to go up to the top of the cabinet. Alright, and then when they were installing this thing, how are we going to get this thing in the countertop, Philip? Oh, just put some sticks and some drywall screws in there. That's what's holding your sink up. Oh, you're the fastest guy in the shop. Doug? I know, I'm getting a raise next week. What is this? I'm trying to find out. Okay. This is 3/4 horsepower is what it is. Code says that the switch should be in direct vision of the disposal when it's operated, so you don't drop your wedding rings underneath there. What they say. But the manufacturer says if it's less than 1 horsepower, then it's okay to have a switch out of sight. You got 3/4 horsepower. You go back with a 3/4, 5/8, 1/3, 1/2. It doesn't matter. You bump this thing up to 1 horsepower, this switch is no longer allowed, neither by code nor the manufacturer. But the manufacturer says that this switch should not be a rocker switch. It should be one of those old-fashioned on and off switches. So you got the wrong kind of switch. This hose doesn't come up and touch the bottom of this, so you don't have enough of a drip loop for this. I am not seeing an air admittance valve. I do not know that we have pattern fittings behind. Oh, wait a minute. There's an air admittance valve right there. Look at there. Sweet. Okay, that's a mechanical device. I've never seen one fail. But if you start developing leaks underneath here or smells, or it becomes a slow drain, a plumber might need to come in here and replace that. I've yet to see one fail. So that's the air admittance valve right there. That's the control switch. Oh! And Philip and Doug. What happened to Philip and Doug? Oh, just put some sticks in there, Philip. Oh, look at here. What is this? What is this? Philip and Doug left us something here. What is this? I got a treasure hunt. What is this? Clips. Clips for your sink. You don't have to use drywall screws and sticks. Can you believe that? Philip and Doug left them for you. Usually they're in such a hurry to get to the beer store, they don't do that. Usually there's a little more of a hurry. I'm going to put that up there for whoever cares enough to install it, right? They will have the opportunity. Well, that's what Philip and Doug did. Alright. So, we're getting close. There's a stopper. Hot. More hot. Cold. Why are you hot? I want cold. Oh, you're hot. Cold. Cold at the front, hot to the back. Loose hinge. I've already seen the heat. I was hoping to show it. There it goes. And I went to bake. I did all this. But I haven't done this. This is the microwave oven. These are magic lights. They're supposed to blink on and off for magic reasons. Your microwave is supposed to pulsate. I won that at a association meeting. I was the smartest kid in the room. So there we go. So we're just coming in here, looking around, preheat, healthy. No. What are you doing? So, cancel. Express cook. No. No. Cook time. 15 seconds. Start. I should blink on and off. Oh, look. You can just hang up now. If there's any more videos, you don't have to watch them. This is the climatic crescendo of the inspection. This is how I know it works. See all the steam coming over that? Ooh, hot. That's how I know it works. But I like my magic lights. I do. I'm gonna move around. I'll throw that away. I'll close all these doors. I'll put that back. We're moving along. This is our pantry. Got our pantry things. Coming along, this is the office study. Doesn't have a smoke alarm. Lights are all working. Doors are working. French doors. They got little bugs in the windows. The good kind. The kind that tells you that it's tempered safety glass. They close like they're supposed to. Somebody's been getting packages. These two windows, the ones on the left. This one I've opened up. This one I didn't open up yet, but I will. Look, the top rails are cracked. This was a problem for me. So I'm just going to repeat my disaster. I try to close the darn thing and see how they... I'm going to have to hang up. I'm going to have to hang up and drive and fix these things. This one's cracked too. Both of the top edges of the sash windows in the office study, both of these are broken. Both of these are going to cause you some grief. They are. Now we've reached the end of our riverboat ride. Keep your arms in till the boat comes to a complete stop. Don't forget your cameras, hats, and bags, and purses, and coats, canes. Don't forget to tell your friends you had a great time. Hope you come back. Fireplace is still going. It does, though. I promise you. It will turn itself off. It turned itself off for me.